If you think turning 80 means giving up your strength, your spark, or your intimacy, you've been lied to. The real tragedy isn't aging. It's how many good men have been convinced that slowing down is just the way it is, that fatigue is normal, that a cold bed and a tired body are simply part of getting older. But what if I told you the solution to reclaiming your energy, your confidence, and yes, your bedroom vitality has been sitting in your kitchen this whole time? Just 1 teaspoon of a simple ginger mix is already changing the lives of men in their 60s, 70s, and even 80s all across the country. I've seen it happen in my own practice right here in the United States with real men. Guys who coached Little League, guys who built their own homes with their hands, guys who thought that chapter of their life was just over. My name is Dr. Claire Weston. I've spent over 20 years as a women's and men's health specialist, and I want to be honest with you. The conversations I have with older men about energy, circulation, and intimacy are some of the most important ones that happen in my office. Because these men are not broken, they just need the right tools. And in all my years of practice, I've learned this. Performance decline isn't inevitable. It's reversible if you understand what's actually going on in your body. Here's the curious part. The most powerful remedy I've found doesn't come in a prescription bottle. It comes from 3 natural ingredients, ginger, lemon, and honey, combined in a way that wakes up blood flow, energizes your system, and restores function in places that matter most. In this video, I'm going to walk you step by step through how this ginger mix works, why it's so effective for circulation and stamina, and exactly how to prepare and use it every single day. And if you stay with me until the end, I'll tell you the biggest mistake most men make that actually blocks the benefits, without them even knowing it. Before we get into it, if you're serious about restoring your energy, circulation, and confidence as you age, go ahead and hit that subscribe button and turn on the bell. You won't want to miss what's coming. And if this message is speaking to you right now, drop a 1 in the comments. If you're not sure yet, drop a 0. I read every single one, and it helps me make better content for all of you. Now let's talk about the one thing most men overlook, but absolutely shouldn't: blood flow. After age 60, your circulation begins to slow down. And when that happens, every part of your health takes a hit. Your energy during the day, your performance and confidence at night. So, before we mix a single drop of ginger, it's important you understand why improving blood flow is the first and most critical step to getting your strength back, no matter your age. When I sit across from men in their 60s, 70s, and 80s, good men, proud men, I see the same quiet look behind their eyes. They're not just worried about losing strength, they're afraid they're losing a part of who they are. I hear things like, "Doc, I just don't feel like myself anymore." Or, "I used to wake up ready to tackle the day, but now I'm dragging before I even pour my first cup of coffee." And most of them think it's just getting old. But here's what I tell them, and what I'm telling you right now. Age may change the body, but it does not have to steal your vitality. The real issue for most men isn't just low energy or a lack of drive. It's poor blood flow. Blood is life. It carries oxygen, nutrients, hormones, and fuel to every organ, every muscle, every tissue, including the ones responsible for intimacy and confidence. As you get older, your blood vessels lose flexibility, circulation slows, and without realizing it, you start to feel colder, weaker, more tired, less responsive in ways that feel frustrating, even embarrassing. You might chalk it up to aging, but I want you to see it differently. I want you to see it as a message from your body, a signal that it's time to take better care of the engine that powers everything. Because here's what happens the moment we improve circulation. Men start waking up feeling more alert. They notice the return of natural drive, even spontaneous desire. They walk with more purpose. Their skin looks healthier. Their thinking gets sharper. And they start reclaiming the confidence they thought was gone for good. It's like watching someone come back to life one step at a time. And here's the best part. Improving blood flow doesn't require intense workouts or expensive medication. Some of the most powerful circulation boosters on the planet are completely natural, rooted in plants and time-tested remedies that people have used for centuries. That's where ginger comes in. Ginger isn't just something you toss into a stir-fry. It's a circulation-activating, inflammation-reducing, energy-awakening powerhouse that can support your body from the inside out. But, and this is where it gets really interesting, ginger alone isn't enough. It's what you combine it with and how you prepare it that determines whether your body actually unlocks its full potential. I still remember a patient of mine. Let's call him Robert. He was 74, a retired contractor from Ohio, the kind of guy who never complained about anything. He came in not because he wanted to, but because his wife basically made him. He was skeptical, quiet, arms crossed. He said, "Doc, I don't believe in this natural stuff. Just tell me what pill to take." I told him, "Robert, just try this for 2 weeks. If nothing changes, we'll talk about other options." He came back 3 weeks later, and I could tell something was different the moment he walked in. He was standing taller. He had a little smirk on his face. He sat down and said, "Doc, I don't know what happened, but something switched back on." That's when I knew this wasn't just helpful. It was transformative. Ginger has been used for thousands of years in traditional medicine, but most people today only see it as a kitchen ingredient. What they don't realize is that it's one of nature's most powerful allies for men over 60. It contains a bioactive compound called gingerol, and research backs this up. A 2023 meta-analysis published in Phytotherapy Research found that ginger supplementation helps reduce blood pressure through vasodilation, meaning it physically helps your blood vessels relax and open up. That's the gingerol doing its job. Stimulating circulation, easing inflammation, promoting blood vessel flexibility. When circulation improves, blood flows more freely to your muscles, your brain, your skin, and yes, your most personal parts. That's when you feel the difference. Warmer hands and feet, sharper thinking, more energy, less fatigue. And the best part, ginger works gently. It doesn't hit you like caffeine or synthetic stimulants. It builds you up steadily day by day, like the slow return of spring after a long winter here in the Midwest. What's also fascinating is that ginger does more than just blood flow. It supports healthy digestion, eases joint discomfort, helps balance blood sugar, and can cut through that brain fog that so many older men deal with. And studies confirm that regular ginger intake can help boost nitric oxide production, a molecule that's essential for achieving and maintaining firmness during intimacy. When nitric oxide levels drop, performance drops with it. When they rise, so does your confidence. Now, I do want to pause here for one moment because this comes up a lot. If you're currently taking medication for high blood pressure, or especially if you're on blood thinners, please talk to your doctor before adding this mix to your routine. Ginger can interact with certain medications, and your safety always comes first. That said, for most healthy men, this is an incredibly gentle, natural addition to your daily habits. Still, ginger is only one piece of the puzzle. Used alone, it delivers benefits. But when combined with the right supporting ingredients, it becomes something far more potent. The synergy created when ginger is properly mixed with lemon, honey, and one ingredient most men completely overlook. It unleashes effects that go beyond what any single one of them can do alone. Here's what you'll need. 5 ingredients, all natural, all affordable, and most of them probably already in your kitchen right now. Fresh ginger root, 1 lemon, raw honey, raisins, and clean water. That's it. Don't let the simplicity fool you. Each one serves a specific purpose, and together they create a powerful synergy that supports blood flow, energy, and mood, especially for men over 60. Ginger is the star. It stimulates circulation, eases inflammation, and promotes blood vessel health. But without the right supporting cast, its benefits fall short. That's where lemon comes in, both the juice and the zest. Most people toss the zest in the trash, but that's actually where the essential oils live, the compounds that boost your metabolism and help your body absorb the ginger more effectively. The juice itself delivers vitamin C and helps reduce oxidative stress, which is one of the biggest accelerators of aging most people don't think about. Then there's raw honey, not the cheap stuff in the plastic bear from the gas station. I mean real raw honey. It carries natural enzymes, antioxidants, and gentle sugars that fuel your body without shocking your system. For men dealing with blood sugar swings or low energy throughout the day, honey offers a balanced, steady lift. It also smooths out the sharper notes of the ginger and lemon, making the whole drink actually enjoyable. And now, the ingredient most men don't expect, raisins. I know, stick with me here. When raisins are simmered gently in water, They release natural sugars, potassium, iron, and plant compounds that nourish the blood and support healthy pressure. They add body to the drink and body to your circulation. And for men dealing with fatigue, cold hands and feet, or low endurance, this one little ingredient makes a meaningful difference. Now let me walk you through exactly how to make it. Start with fresh ginger, about the size of your thumb, roughly 50 grams. Wash it under cool water and peel it with a spoon or a small knife. Slice it into thin rounds, about the thickness of a coin. The thinner the slice, the more flavor and nutrients you pull out. Grab a fresh lemon, a real one, not bottled juice. Bottled lemon juice might be convenient, but it's missing those essential oils from the zest. Use a grater to pull about a tablespoon of zest from the outer yellow peel. Then cut the lemon in half and squeeze out about 2 tablespoons of juice. Strain out the seeds. Now take 2 tablespoons of raw honey and mix it in a bowl with the sliced ginger and lemon zest. Stir slowly. The honey will soften and the fragrance will deepen into something warm, sharp, and sweet all at once. Set this paste aside. In a small saucepan, add about 1½ cups of water and 100 grams of raisins. Bring it to a gentle boil over medium heat, then let it simmer for about 5 minutes. You'll see the raisins swell up and soften, releasing their sweetness into the water. Strain out the raisins and keep that golden liquid. That's your base. Return the liquid to the pan on low heat. Add the ginger honey lemon paste and stir gently. Don't crank up the heat. High heat destroys gingerol, the very compound that makes this whole thing work. Let it infuse on low for 2 to 3 minutes, then cover it and let it rest for 5 more minutes. What you've made isn't just a drink. It's a tonic, a ritual, and a promise to yourself. Now here's how to use it for maximum effect. Drink 1 warm cup every single day, not a few times a week, not just when you're feeling run down, every day. Consistency is everything with this mix. The best time is either in the morning to set your energy for the day, or in the early evening as a warm, calming ritual before bed, or before connecting with your partner. Think of it like tending a fire. It takes a few sparks, some steady wood, and a little patience, but once it catches, the warmth spreads everywhere. And now let me tell you about the emotional side of this, because this part matters just as much as anything in the recipe. There's a moment that happens for a lot of men after they've been using this mix for a couple of weeks. It's not dramatic, it's quiet. Maybe it's the way they wake up feeling rested for the first time in months. Maybe it's the way they start looking in the mirror with a little more pride. Or maybe, and this is what I hear the most, it's the look in their partner's eyes. A look they hadn't seen in a while, a spark that says, I see you again. Because let's be real, this is about more than blood flow. It's about dignity. It's about feeling connected, present, and alive. I've spoken with so many men who silently carry the weight of fading performance. Not because they care about ego, but because they miss that closeness. They miss the way their partner used to reach for them. They miss the quiet confidence of knowing they could show up fully, not just physically, but emotionally. One man told me after about 3 weeks, Dr. Weston, we're laughing more. We're touching again. It's like something thawed between us. He wasn't just describing better circulation. He was describing intimacy, trust, and joy coming back into his marriage. That kind of change doesn't come from a pill. It comes from showing up for yourself day after day with intention. The mix becomes a symbol of that commitment. Not a miracle, but a message to your body and your partner that you're still in this. You still care. You still matter. Now I don't want you to lose that progress, so let's talk about the mistakes that quietly undo all of it. The most common one I see, boiling the ginger too hard. High heat destroys gingerol, the active compound that makes everything work. You need gentle heat, enough to infuse, not destroy. If you're rushing, cranking the burner, or microwaving the mix on high to reheat it, you could be canceling out the very benefits you're chasing. Another big one, skipping the zest and using bottled lemon juice instead. I get it, it's easier. But that bottled juice is missing the essential oils that support metabolism, improve absorption, and lift your mood. Use a whole, fresh lemon every time. Your body will notice the difference even if you don't consciously register it right away. There's also the temptation to treat this like an occasional thing. You drink it a couple of times, feel a little warmth, then get busy and forget about it for a week. This mix isn't a rescue remedy, it's a rhythm. The results come from telling your body every single day, I'm still in the fight. I'm still investing in myself. And finally, watch what surrounds the ritual. If you're drinking the mix every morning, but following it up with fast food, late nights, and heavy drinking, you're slowing your own progress. The ginger mix is powerful, but it works best when your habits support it. That doesn't mean perfection, it means intention. So what can you actually expect as you stay consistent? The first few days will feel subtle. Maybe a little more warmth in your hands and feet, a bit more mental clarity in the morning. Maybe you finish the day with energy still in the tank, which for a lot of guys hasn't happened in years. These small shifts are your body saying, I hear you, I'm responding. By the end of the first week, something deeper often starts to happen. Men tell me they're walking farther without getting winded. They're waking up before the alarm and actually feeling ready to move. These aren't coincidences. They're signs of better circulation, improved oxygen delivery, and a healthier metabolic rhythm. Around weeks 2 and 3, the mix starts working on a different level. Men notice improvements in their bedroom confidence, not always in dramatic ways, but in ways that matter. A little more responsiveness, stronger connection, less hesitation, more presence, and often their partners notice before they do. I've had guys come in blushing, telling me their wives started asking, "What's gotten into you lately?" And the truth is, it's not what got into them. It's what they finally gave their body a chance to do on its own. The longer you stay consistent, the more benefits unfold. Sharper thinking, more stable mood, reduced joint stiffness, a lighter step, and a stronger sense of self. These don't all happen at once, and they won't look the same for everyone, but they do happen when you stay the course. Now, once the ginger mix becomes part of your daily rhythm, here's how you can amplify the results even further. Add a pinch of cinnamon to your mix, just a pinch. Cinnamon helps regulate blood sugar, reduces inflammation, and supports circulation. It's a perfect complement to what the ginger is already doing. A lot of men tell me it also gives the drink a deeper, more comforting flavor, like something you'd actually crave on a cold morning. Pair the drink with a short walk. Doesn't need to be long. 10 to 15 minutes after you drink it is enough to activate blood flow, aid digestion, and signal to your body that it's time to use that energy. Think of it like turning the ignition after you've filled up the tank. Try a few slow, deep breaths before or after drinking your mix. 5 breaths. In through the nose, out through the mouth. It sounds almost too simple, but it significantly increases oxygen uptake, calms your nervous system, and helps your body absorb nutrients more effectively. Stress absolutely wrecks hormones and energy levels in older men, and breath work is one of the most underused tools out there. And don't underestimate sleep. Pair this mix with a consistent bedtime routine. No screens, maybe a warm shower, dim lighting. And you give your body the chance to restore itself more deeply overnight. Better sleep means stronger immunity, faster recovery, and better performance across the board. None of these boosters are extreme. You're not overhauling your life or becoming someone you're not. You're just stacking small, smart habits on top of the work you're already doing. If you've made it this far, I want to say something to you. Not as a doctor, but as someone who has sat across from thousands of men just like you and seen what's possible when they decide to stop accepting the minimum. You've listened, you've taken this in, and now I want you to know everything you just heard is real. It's been working for men in their 60s, 70s, and 80s who thought their best years were already behind them. Something as humble as a ginger mix, made with intention in your own kitchen, has given them a new beginning. We talked about why blood flow is the silent engine behind your energy, strength, and connection. We looked at ginger, not as a spice, but as a circulatory powerhouse that nature's had waiting for you all along. You now know how 5 simple ingredients, ginger, lemon, honey, raisins, and water, can be combined into something more effective than what most people spend hundreds of dollars a month on at the supplement store. You understand how each ingredient plays its role, how to prepare the mix the right way, and how to use it daily so you build momentum instead of chasing a quick fix. But here's what I really want you to take away. It's not just about what's in the cup. It's about what this routine gives back to you. Your focus, your energy, your confidence, your ability to look at the people you love with presence and pride. That's what this is about, not turning back the clock, but turning toward yourself again. day by day, cup by cup, reminding your body and your mind that you're not done. You still have strength to give, you still have love to offer, and yes, you still have every right to feel whole. I've seen what happens when a man decides to reclaim his health, not for ego, but for dignity. I've seen the joy return to his marriage, the ease come back to his step, the spark return to his voice. It doesn't happen overnight, but it begins with something small. A slice of ginger, a moment of care, a quiet decision to keep showing up for yourself. So, wherever you are right now, in your living room, your kitchen, maybe sitting alone with your thoughts, hear me when I say this. You are not too old, too late, or too far gone. The man you used to be is still in there. And with this mix, this routine, and this mindset, you can feel like yourself again, maybe even better than before. Now take that first step. Your future self is already proud of you for it.